Chapter 3 is dealing with the adjusting process, and our first objective is to differentiate between accrual and cash basis accounting. Okay? Accrual basis versus cash basis. Under the accrual basis of accounting, revenues are recognized when they are earned and expenses are recognized when they are incurred. If you remember back in Chapter 2's fifth objective, we had an example where an attorney, Jonathan Law Firm, performed legal services for a client who could not immediately pay. The business was expected to collect $9,000 the following month. So what did we do? We debited the accounts receivable, we credited the service revenue. Okay, the revenue was recognized because Jonathan Law Firm performed all of their services. Okay, so contrast that with the cash basis. Under the cash basis, revenues are recognized when cash is received and expenses are recorded when cash is paid. Now, if Jonathan Law Firm had been under the cash basis, they wouldn't have recognized any revenue until they subsequently collected the $5,400. So under the accrual basis, we recognize the $9,000 because Jonathan's law firm substantially performed their job. They provided all the services. The only thing that was left to be done was to collect the money. So under the accrual basis, Jonathan Law Firm recognizes $9,000. Okay? You'll also notice on the slide it says the cash basis is not GAAP. It is not a generally accepted accounting principle. So therefore, what we're doing in this course is we will be using strictly the accrual basis of accounting. Okay? The cash basis, who uses this? This is used by business people. This is used by taxpayer. Why would people use two different bases of accounting? Well, accrual basis of accounting is generally accepted accounting principles. Cash basis of accounting is the basis that the Internal Revenue Service uses for taxpayers. Whatever we earn during the year, that's our income. Okay? We have no accruals of revenue. We only recognize expenses when we pay cash. Okay? Here's another example of accrual versus cash basis revenue. Accrual is recognized when the nice dentist performs his services. Okay? Under the accrual basis. Cash, we recognize revenue when it's received. The cash basis revenue is recognized when it's received. Okay? Accrual versus the cash basis expenses. Under the accrual basis, we recognize the expense when it's incurred. Okay? So, if you get a cable bill in the month of June and it's not payable, it's not going to be paid till July, then we would record the expense for the month of June. Okay? Under the cash basis of accounting, the cable bill would be recognized in the month of July when it's paid, even though it's for the month of June. So that's a small overview on the accrual versus the cash basis of accounting.